Whiskey Alpha
Romeo
0
4,
Bravo
Hotel.
Foxtrot.
Foxtrot Station, come back with a call.
Whiskey Alpha 0 Bravo Oscar Foxtrot.
Roger, Roger. What's the name?
The name is Tom Tango Oscar Mike, and we're located in Steelville, Missouri, which is about 104 miles southwest of St. Louis, Missouri. Roger.
Roger, Tom. What radio are you running today?
We're running an 897. Got a MFJ dipole hung off a tower up about 15 feet, and running it through an Amtron 1182. Over.
Roger, Tom. I see your dynamic range is probably like about 4 dB, 4.5 dB. If you wanted a little fatter signal, you could go to your compressor and put your compressor in line and put it on about a 3. About a 3 on that compressor would start the fattening process for your audio. Ideally, I think we're looking for about a 3 dB dynamic range, which is about average peak modulation of around 85%. Roger?
Roger, I'm going to have to get my manual out and look that up on the 897. What would that be on the menu?
It would be compressor, processor. I'm not real sure, but it should be in your book. The best thing to do, I would think, would be to make a shorthand cheat sheet. You got to watch when you say that. A shorthand cheat sheet, and mark the critical ones like equalization, mic gain, and your selection for bandwidth, and how to get to those, so you have about maybe 10 on a list of items that you need to get to, and that makes it easier, because you'll write a little note about how to get to them, Roger.
Roger, Jim. We appreciate that. We were just kind of looking at the menu here, and we've got quite a bit to go through, and I'd have to kind of get my eyes on it here, and I don't want to tie up the frequency, but we'll definitely look at that compression and mic gain. Over.
Roger that, Roger that. Well, do you know how to get to your ALC?
Yeah, I do. I'm just going to have to get to my glasses to be able to read this manual. I'm a little blind. Over.
Yeah, well, join the club. I'm looking for 5s right now, Roger.
Roger. I understand completely. If we're doing okay here, we're going to get clear and let you get about your business. Like I said, we've got a MFJ cut for this frequency up about 15 feet off of our 50-foot tri-bander tower, and we generally work maritime mobile service on 20 meters, and we kind of use relay for them a lot up here in the Midwest. So 40 meters is kind of a sideline for us. We just got it up to just their era of recent, and have been having some fun working with it. But we'll definitely check the compression out on this thing and make sure that we're where you say we're supposed to, and we appreciate your feedback. Over.
Roger, Tom. Yeah, we could make that audio a lot fatter right now. Well, the thing is, unprocessed audio, average peak modulation of unprocessed audio is somewhere around 30%. So what we want to get that audio up to about 85%. And it's just a matter of doing a plethora of things, like 4 or 5 things that will take your audio to a much fatter signal. So give me a shout when you check out your book. You want to know where your ALC meter, how to get to that, how to get to your compressor, how to get to your equalizer or tone controls for your microphone, and your mic gain. So when you have those in hand, give me a shout back. Roger, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, Jim. Okay, Mama just brought me glasses, and I've got a book here wide open. Let me see if I can get, let me see, you were talking about tone control and mic gain. My level of 0 is 50. Stand by.
This is KC9VKV, the Qso-Vlog network from now until 5, and we are recording, so we're talking with Tom right now. He's trying to track down some items in his radio that will help him get a fatter signal. Back to you, Tom.
Yeah, we're set on our mic gain, and we've got on this 897 and on-off. That's our, let's see, mic gain 0 to 100, and we're set at 50. We're at 0 to 100 range on 51 on that. Is where we at on mic gain?
Well, it just depends on your ALC. What you need to do is bring your ALC meter up so you can see your ALC, and then speak into your microphone like normal in transmit mode, and see where your ALC meter reads, and then adjust your mic gain until you're reading mid-scale to 2/3 on the ALC meter, and that's controlled by the mic gain. Roger?
Okay, let me take a look, see here. We can crank this up some then. I'm not sure exactly. We'll pump it up here to 85. How does that make a difference?
Well, are you looking at your ALC meter?
I'm looking at my ALC meter that comes across my power meter on the 897.
Exactly. So at that where you have that mic set now, that meter should be reading mid-scale to 2/3. It should not be in the red, but it should be headed towards the red at the 2/3 scale reading. Roger?
Okay, I'm at 86. That's at 100% mic gain. How's that sound?
Well, again, I want you to tell me what your meter's reading. That's the important thing. Your ALC meter is your friend. It will tell you better than a buddy down the street exactly what your mic level is doing as far as what the radio's looking for. So when you get your mic gain adjusted to where when you look at the ALC, it's running mid-scale to 2/3, that will be the correct level. It's not 95, 50, 100. It's wherever that mic gain needs to be to make that meter read mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Okay, I understand. You're talking with a dummy here. Let me see if I can bring. Well, the only way that I can bring it up to full scale is leaving it at 100. I can't get this microphone to modulate more than about 25 to 50% on the ALC meter. Over.
Roger. Well, see, that's why you probably want to put your compressor. You want to put your compressor in line and run that at a 3. Compressor on and running a 3 on your compressor. Roger.
Okay, roger that. I'm going to have to find compressor on here and see what. Stand by, Jim.
Roger, if you wanted to take quick notes, that might be the best way to do it. When you find your right compressor, and when you find your compressor, put it on and at a 3. If it's a 3 out of 10, that's what you're looking for on the compressor. Roger?
Hey Jim, this is Randall with N884FH. I found the tone control.
My gain 2/3.
Roger, Stemma.
That's correct.
I'm sorry, try one more time. Repeat last.
On mic gain, you were talking about the levels on mic gain on the ALC, and I'm getting about 50% on my modulation at 87 set with the mic gain, which is really high. That's higher than I normally run it.
Roger, don't worry about that. Now, like I say, take a note on your compressor. We got to get that compressor on and at a 3 out of 10 before you can really do critical adjustments on your ALC. First thing is to get that compressor in line and running about a 3 on the compressor. Roger, Roger?
Roger, Roger, QSL. We'll be looking for that. I'm looking on my. I've got 91 adjustments on this 897. Take me well find it over.
Oh, Roger, I know what it is. So, but when you do find them, make a note of where they are and how to get to them. That'll save you a lot of time later on when you go back, because you should be very familiar with some of those basic controls. It's like an antenna. The easier you can get to an antenna, the better it's going to work, because you're going to visit it more than once, and so you'll be making adjustments. And that's the same thing with your controls, your mic gain, your EQ, your compression, and the bandwidth. You want to be in the widest bandwidth possible. But all those things are very important, and the easier, when you make that checklist and how to get there, that'll be in good shape. So, Tom, I'll let you go for right now and let you get going on that list and how to get to them, and then give me a shout back, and we'll work on it some more. Roger, Roger?
Roger, Roger, Jim. QSL, thank you very much for the comeback and for the information. And like I said, I got 91 articles to go through here to figure out what you told me to do here. I'm looking for the compression right now. Thank you very much. I'll be on frequency. We'll see if we can figure this out. We'll come back to you. Let's get somebody else. 7-3, my friend. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Roger, Tom, 3's that way. And we'll catch you after you found all that stuff and how to get to it.